What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Zaf Roast or Rise video. That's right, where we do everything solo leveling, including roasting Zaf along the way. So first off, I watched Zaf's last video. I actually was tagged in a few and saying, hey, Zaf at 120, that's right, the timestamp, decided to say a little bit of shit about you regarding these little lollies. So first off, just so everyone is aware, Zaf has already announced that his sister is a pleaser. Just in case you want to get a little bit of action, the area code for the Yukon is 867. Her phone number is 867 pleases you. In case you need to, you know, get a couple rocks off, you know, see someone who looks like a toad and you're desperate, Zaf's sister is always available. 867 pleases you. So in case you need to get a hold of her, that's what you need to dial. Get on the phone right now and call. There might be a little bit of a lineup. Woo's usually the first one to get in and get out. You might see him along the way. Who knows? Now, with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about this because some of you have asked me to talk about it. Now that Zaf's made a video, you know what? I'm going to give my take on this. Do lollies have a place in this game? I'll be honest with you guys. I am also very, very, very annoyed that Harper and Charlotte, who sound like the two girls who would probably be married to the richest family, are in this game now, and I'm not happy about it. And the reason I'm not happy about it is because we have, what the hell did I just click on? We have these two girls who are probably going to out DPS and outclass a lot of the current dark units. Yes, they are going to be dark units, by the way, according to what we've seen so far. Here's my problem, right? They've just buffed SM back. You can see she's currently stated to be a mage, so or you know, ranged DPS of some sort. She's obviously going to be melee. They just literally buffed DPS. So they just gave us somebody who is, and just so you guys are aware, this sign here, right here, this little sign, is the exact same sign, if I recall, that some of the other classes have. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I know some of you have mentioning the volume's low. It's someone like Choi. So you're going to see someone like that, who nobody knows about, and there's a little child running around, somebody that Zaf would probably like to watch here and there, is now going to be out DPSing the ultimate hunter. The ultimate hunter. Bro, you haven't been the ultimate hunter since you dropped. It's been embarrassing. It's been embarrassing as hell seeing this. So you're probably going to see her out DPS him. Now, the crazy part about it is also you have Yusuyun, who's also like that. Libor is also like that. Like, you see these little icons, right? So these are the characters who are currently SSR that are considered mages. All right? People who have long distance DPS. Alicia, for God's sakes, is like that. If these lollies come out, and they're stronger than Alicia, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so mad. I'm not going to be mad to the point where I'm like, I'm going to go up in arms and like, oh, I want to quit the game, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I understand the need for original characters. I get it. Like this universe is small. It's not big enough to have just the manhwa characters and for it to be filled full of life. Like, you don't have enough. Like, if you guys have read Solo Leveling Arise, you know that there's literally not enough characters that are worthwhile mentioning to build an entire gacha game over. Like, they have to build original characters. But just the designs themselves have been on point to this extent, except for these little girls. Like, what are they doing here? They're getting younger and younger and younger. Like, we started off with Mirai, and now we're going over to her sisters. Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And not to mention 2 back-to-back dark units. Now, I will say this. The dark units are, in fact, the most desperately needed upgrades by far. But they just literally upgraded this dude. I just made 2 videos about him, for God's sakes, promoting him. So what is the point of making him, unless they complement him somehow, and they want to make SM Beck the dark unit? It would make sense. If you really look at the dark units, right? If we did a filter on dark units, let's just go dark. If you actually looked at the dark units that are currently out in the game, this is it. If you have the roster and you were like, who am I gonna make the point of like the best, who I'm gonna build a team around? Who's gonna be my MJ, my LeBron? Who's gonna be my my Payneblade? That's right. I put myself in that company. I would put people around him, because look at this roster right now. It looks like shit. right? I mean, there's a few units missing. Granted, like I said, dark. For some reason, it decided I don't have Lim, for example, right? And that's another thing to mention. Like Lim is going to be replaced most likely by that lolly girl right there. She's probably going to be a breaker. Like if I look at it, I call it out right now. I'd say she's a breaker for dark because they clearly don't only have Lim as a good breaker for SSR versions, right? And then you have her. So I'm assuming she's going to be the main DPS, Charlotte. And then this girl here is going to probably be, who's her? Harper? Harper's most likely going to be the main breaker. So we have Harper as the main breaker. We have SM Beck as the main debuffer, or maybe main DPS. And we may have Charlotte here, who's going to end up being the main either debuffer or hybrid DPS. She may be the Meilin, for example, right? Or the hands in my pants to SM Beck, right? So listen, I've always been this way about the game, okay? And I'm going to stick to my guns. I don't care if you have a stick figure as the main character. I will use that main character if they're meta. I don't like the fact that they could have decided to do... And honestly, like, if you look at any gacha game out there, light and dark are usually the coolest looking characters. Like, the coolest looking characters. Any light and dark game, they're usually the hardest to get, usually the best looking characters, and the ones that people want the most. And usually the most OP. So, like... Listen, this game belongs in Neverness to Everness. Or these characters belong to Neverness to Everness. This is a Halloween character. Look at this. The backpack, there's a bat behind there. Like, is this for Halloween? If it's for Halloween, it makes a little more sense. Like, if this is a Halloween, like this is a Halloween event, and these characters are Halloween event characters, all right, then maybe. But why not have, like, a big boob, red dress succubus? I would have taken that any day over this. Why not have, a vampire male? Why not have a Frankenstein male? Why not have SM Beck be a werewolf? I don't know. He's pretty much there already. But why this? This is crazy. So I do agree with what's his name, Sister Pleasing Zaf, about this. I do agree about him. I do agree. It's a little bit out there. Like, you don't need to do that. And you know, like that. Like he brought up Thomas as well too. Like he's in development now. The only thing I could really think is happening right now is the fact that this team is looking at other gachas and just kind of like getting ideas from there. But Lolly's in a world in a world as so mature as Solo Leveling and Rise, Mireille should have been the stopping point for these kind of characters. Everyone else should have been higher up, you know? Like, for example, like Jaina. Like, Jaina here should have been, that's right, I call her Jaina. Jaina Monologues. She should have been, like, the focus. I mean, you have characters like her coming out. Like, why not focus on her, right? I know it's Gina, guys. Okay, I know. But, like, it's a little crazy to me that we're getting into this territory. Like, honestly, she looks all right because, like, she looks like a rich person who would be married to a rich aristocrat group and maybe has some sort of powers like a young Alicia. This is just out there to me, man. Really? Like, literally, if I showed you guys Neverness to Everness right now and you guys were like, she belongs in that game, you would be saying that. So, it's just weird seeing these characters in the SLA world. I think it's getting a little too crazy. Am I overly upset about it? Not really. It bothers me to some extent. What the hell did I just get? That looked like, you know what that just looked like? Hold on a sec. That looked like Arnold and what's the Apollo guy in Predator when they first see each other. You just show the hands and the muscles. That's what it looked like. Anyways, it's crazy seeing this. It's gotten to the point where they need to really, like, the devs really need to step back. Like, look at this. It's just all girls. Literally all just, you don't even belong here, bro. What are you doing here? Get out of here. It's wild. This is a wild place to be in right now. This is listen, if this is real and I was walking into this place, I'd be super happy, right? This is a game though. We're supposed to be playing a game where the hero is a badass character who, by the way, is being destroyed by all these females as well too, and males. He's not doing really well himself right now. And we're supposed to be surrounded by like a plethora of males female combinations. Right now, if you look at the population of males versus females, I mean, it's starting to look like real life. Like, let's look at the hunters for a second. Right? This is getting out of control. So if I just do this, this should literally be a filter that says male versus female. If I just take, put it all for a sec, like, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 females. And how many males? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Holy shit, we got 14 and 14. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? This is the crazy part about that whole concept. We're about that 15 and 15, right? Because of Hans, because of Go. Nobody remembers the males. Out of 14, out of 14, if you were to match it up, I'll do 15 and 15. Who here out of the males is worthwhile using? 1, maybe now 2, right? And where's he? Yes, I'm back. 3. The rest of the roster, it's full of females. And listen, I'm not sexist. I love females. I have a beautiful wife, amazing kids. I have a daughter who I expect to grow up to be a badass herself. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta like have a little bit of balance. Like, this is follow the manual a little bit at least for the power scaling. It's crazy to me. Anyways, just wanted to give my thoughts on it. Anyways, remember, 867 pleases you. Zaf's sister. She's waiting. Call her. See you guys later.